What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and we found out today that Chud the Builder is out of jail. He got released from jail yesterday, or the other day, and we're gonna look at the stipulation and see what's going on, because they say he's not really out, he just had bail. Let's see what's going on, man. Shout out OBSESSION. Let's jump straight into this. My name is Isaiah. We're gonna jump straight into this, see what's going on, bro.
But also great day for us over here at the Unemployed News Network, because Chud the Builder has been released from jail. After $2 million behind bars, crazy stipulations coming from the different judges that exist in Tennessee, $1 million in bond money gathered up between 10 different companies, Dalton Etherly, aka Chud the Builder, is back on the mean streets. He showed his face on his live stream, and it seems as though he is free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, he is. Hold on, we not here.
In the balls, man, yard.
While Chud the Builder is out on live stream singing to the heavens and mountaintops that he is being able to take a sniff of clean, fresh air that's not filled with dookie and musty men, he's not out the clear at all. There wasn't any reductions, there weren't any changes. He's literally just outside and has so many stipulations. So while he is out of jail, he's not exactly out of trouble. And I'm about to tell you exactly why. If you knew this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe.
Because I think basically he just paid his bond. But just because you pay your bond doesn't mean you're free from consequences. But well, you guys know that.
Our button is gonna go a long way for the channel. We're on the road to 185K, and you could get in early, and I do mean early. It's gonna come. Just don't be the one that's not there. Now, back into the video.
He's subject to a curfew from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. He's got to be in his house. What's his address?
I'd rather put that under seal for police and court.
We got to know where to look. He's going to be wearing a GPS, and I want to know if he's not where he's supposed to be.
Understood. Because of the attention, he's about to be evicted. So I can
Find
provide.
out where he's going to be living. You have to have that address. He's been required to stay at that address from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
GPS monitoring, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew, no firearms or weapons, passport application stopped/rescinded, and a gag order restricting what he can say publicly about the courthouse shooting. That's exactly what Chud the Builder was facing if he ever did reach this day that honestly I was dreading. Over here at the Unemployed News Network, I consider you guys to be family. And what better way to prove that than response?
We love you, bro, boy. Come on, man. We're trying to get the video. Goddamn, gang. Damn.
Nations from a bunch of fans. I guess they finally convinced some stupid bond company to let him go after all of his supporters came to social media and begged and pleaded and tricked an audience. Chud the Builder is free from jail. He was caught doing some victory lapping on live stream, and I thought this was some fake news, but I rubbed my eyes and a tear dropped down. Partially because Dalton Etherly, aka Chud the Builder, deserves to be behind closed bars. But then I thought to myself as to how great of a day this could be. Now, I do think it's an important distinction. The gag order doesn't say that he can't exactly live stream, but he just has to watch what he says. But the fact that he ran back to the internet and ran back to social media so fast lets me know exactly who I'm dealing with. The only thing that the gag order is really restricting is him saying specific things about the shit, what he's on trial for, you know, going into specific details. But he can still go online, be his Chud the Builder self, asterisk. He can still make assertions.
To be honest with you, I don't think Chud the Builder's gonna go around saying the N-word no more. I don't think he's gonna risk even putting himself in that situation. If he do, he's not a very smart person. I don't think he's a very smart person in general, but like, for him to go to jail, get bond out, and still go around antagonize people saying the N-word, that is the craziest thing ever.
About his innocence and things like that. But what I took away from this is that he ran back to the internet. Even though it was a quick snippet, he still went back to Pump.fun, the platform that made him who he was, and ultimately he ran back to the internet, a place in space that really got him in the position that he is in the first place. And this is where it gets interesting. Look, as somebody who has consumed a bunch of Law and Order, SVU, CSI, all these things, I've heard lawyers tell people repeatedly, hey, just lay low. You know, don't go back to the things that got you here in the first place.
We got 18 rounds for you. We ain't got nothing else. Don't follow me in my truck.
We don't want anything bad to happen. But this comment right here is exactly the reason why I can predict that Chud the Builder will be back and will violate this bond order. Chud the Builder starts off his online victory lapping by going to Twitter and tweeting out the words, no comment. And allegedly people are...
people just can't just be quiet, bro. It's like, I think people like this that like spill racism and like just love being racist, I think they just attention seekers, man. They insecure with themselves and they can't They don't have the skills or the ability to be entertaining, so they have to go to racism. It's like racism is a new wave nowadays. People love being
Thinking
racist.
that this is referring to the allegations that are being laid down on him as regards to his sex life. Then as people took to the comment section telling him that basically nobody cared about you, we've already moved on to the next thing, you're already finished, we're just waiting for the story to conclude. Chud the Builder, the arrogant, idiotic, numbskull that he is, decided to go back and forth with people saying, hey, this was peak copium. The reason why I think of this point is so important is because normally, again, somebody who has this problem with saying things on the internet, getting into these back and forths to the tune of pew-pewing somebody in a courthouse parking lot would say to themselves, you know what, hey, maybe I need to, you know, remove myself from vices. This is basically a drug addict going back to the drugs. This is basically somebody who is struggling with weight loss, going and hitting up the Krispy Kreme donut shop. Chud the Builder literally can't stand the fact that people are talking about him, so he's already on defense mode. He's already on attack mode. And we've seen what happens when he's been on attack mode. And after posting that horrendous singing attempt online, he then decided today to post a video of him walking the Nashville streets in what seems to be some sort of tailored suit.
They call me the Builder. Chud the Builder.
Literally back to where this all started. His entire online attitude at this moment is that I am back and I'm hitting the streets, I'm being me again, but I do have to combat these narratives, but ultimately this should be the same old Chud that once left. The sad part for Chud is that there's some truth in what that one person did say. We've kind of moved on from the antics of it all. Nobody...
Yeah, it's like people are like they're recognizing that like this like weird racist antic stuff, it's not cool. Like it's weird. Like real adults, like real men and women, we don't like fan out, get happy about people just being racist, bro. Like it's not entertaining, gang. Like you're not gonna go to a church, a Christian church that believe in God and just be racist and think people just gonna be okay with it, bro. It's like people just weird, bro. Like, out of all things you could have been in life, your mom and dad had sex, they birthed you, they raised you up till you was 18 years old, and you just came out racist, gang? You could have went to the military, you could have went to college, you could have became a doctor, but you just became racist. Your life is a failure, gang.
Really worried about, you know, the stuff that you're trying to promote or you actually being back to live streaming. In fact, the entire narrative and story behind you, thanks to content creators like Poetic Flacco, has moved from the stuff that you did in the streets and more so to what you were doing in the sheets. The people are having conversations about your sexuality or maybe even you flirting with these underage people.
These same so-called Christian guys be having sex with transgenders. I don't care about nobody's personal life. That ain't none of my business, but like, it's just ironic to me, bro. They be so Christian, so godly, but they be queer on the low, bro. They be queer on the low. And I don't got against nothing. No, the queer community. I got gay friends. I got transgender friends. I know people. They're just regular people to me. But like, I hate when people pretend to be something that they're not. If you claim you this Christian guy, the whole time you queer. Just come out the closet, gang. Stop pretending to be something you not. And be yourself, bro. It's weird to me, bro. Just be yourself, gang. And you want to pretend to be godly, use this godly lens the whole time you smashing the transgender. And these people weird, bro. Like, and claim to be of God, bro.
Mom.
I was just talking about I need to find a cute little blonde somewhere. You got a boyfriend?
Yeah, and I'm 16.
Oh, okay, great.
As opposed to your free speech stances that you think that you're, you know, going out there and glorifying. Now, of course, we have to say that these are just online speculations and allegations, that these aren't anything that are established facts. But ultimately, what I'm saying is that the narrative has shifted. And now Chud the Builder is facing an entirely different controversy. One from a base that definitely hates what he is doing behind closed doors. And so now he's on the internet thinking that he needs to beat these online narratives, but this is where he's gonna go wrong. Because people don't need him to beat the online narratives. Him and his camp need him to actually beat these prosecutors that are trying to put him behind bars for upwards of 56 years. Look, no matter how you slice it and dice it, Chud the Builder, in my opinion and others' opinion, is still royally cooked. He's still facing the aggravated assault. He's still facing the attempted murder. He's still facing the reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. And there's a couple of more charges with the dine and dash and all these other things that he has facing. It does not look good for him. And no matter how they tried to twist and turn these narratives while he was locked up, he had his flunkies on the internet, he had the Myron Gaines of the world grab some sort of lawyer to try to prove his innocence. At every twist and turn, when asked with every single legal expert, they basically said that, hey, this is looking very, very shaky for Chud the Builder. I wouldn't hold my breath on anything that he's got going on, because what he's saying doesn't make sense. The math isn't mathing. 2 + 2 is not equaling to 4 for Chud the Builder. And with this attempted murder case moving on to a grand jury, he needs to really get with his legal team and not with the internet team to try to figure out how they're going to tighten up this self-defense case, because it's not looking good at all. Remember, prosecutors argued what we all argued for the length of the Chud the Builder career, that he was the one provoking the altercation. He was the one who made the confrontation what it was, and then decided to escalate based off of the fact that he thought he could get away with it. And we haven't yet seen the live stream as to what goes on, but the prosecutors and the district attorney are alleging that, hey, we've seen the surveillance footage from the courthouse, because mind you, he was at a courthouse where they'll have mad surveillance footage. And Joshua Fox, the man that he attempted to murder, struck him only as Chud the Builder was reaching for a gun in a place and space where you're not supposed to be carrying firearms. And this is where Chud's case is going to have him faced with so much jail time. I can only smile on the inside even though he's outside, is the fact that he said that, hey, I was reaching for some mace. I was looking to protect myself, even though that when they went to go search his body, when they went to go search his truck, there was no mace to be found. There was no proof of mace. There was no camera on mace. Nobody smelled any smells of mace. There was no mace to be found, but there was a firearm that was used on Joshua Fox.
And you're not, legally speaking, you're not supposed to have a firearm near a court place. Is that, I'm not a lawyer, but goddamn, that's basic common sense. You're not supposed to have a gun on a federal property. I don't know, bro.
The defense team, the one that are in the courtroom and the ones that are online, are claiming that he acted in self-defense. And they're victory lapping because he has stepped out from behind those prison doors and he is now back to live streaming. But ultimately, he didn't.
I guess that's his new girlfriend. I ain't gonna lie, that suit, the suit he got on is tight as hell.
Has stepped out from behind those prison.
That suit look like a Henry Ford suit. That look like a George Washington type suit. And his girlfriend.
And he is now back to live streaming. But ultimately, he didn't beat the case. He didn't win any self-defense ruling or anything like that. There were no charges that were dropped at all. The only thing that he did was be able to put together money from stupid people who were able to support Chud the Builder. He's still facing 2 cases in Montgomery County and Davidson County that are going to be to the review of grand juries. That Davidson County one was the one where he decided that he was going to dine and dash and then resist arrest and then do disorderly conduct in the streets. And it has him having this separate $15,000 bond and different stipulations and circumstances that he has to face while he is out of jail. So yeah, Chud the Builder may be out on bond, but that doesn't mean that he has strict conditions that are tying him up and weighing him down. Now he has to face all of these other problems. He has to face the situation in Davidson County. He also has to face a previous situation that happened late last year where he got hit with some harassment claims. This specific one was scheduled for an August 10th hearing, but ultimately got pushed back. But what I'm really trying to say is, while Chud the Builder was facing all of these challenges in jail, whether he was going to be able to keep his cookies or keep his milk, or if he was going to be sleeping on the floor, or if he was going to have to be wiping somebody's toilet seat down, or, you know, doing all these other things, now he's going to have to face a plethora of other situations outside of the courtroom. Chud the Builder fans around the world can call this some sort of W, and immediately when I saw this, I thought the same thing. Dang, let the bad guys get a win. That's just the way that it's played. But ultimately, if you really think about it, he's going to be on GPS monitoring. He's gonna have a curfew. They're gonna be monitoring his social medias. He's gonna have a gag warning. He literally can't carry a gun. They've restricted his passport application. He still has all of these cases going against him. Both of these cases are going to a grand jury review. And you have the powers that be in Nashville saying that if he breaks any sorts of laws again, they will revoke any bond that he has. And you have the powers that be saying that, hey, if he messes up on one bond, we're gonna revoke all of the bonds that he has out there. So is this really a W? Is Chud Chud the Builder really free, or does he still have a shit ton of restrictions? Does he still have to face a shit ton of consequences for his actions? Is he still being watched like a dog? I think the worst part about all this for the Chud the Builder fans that think that this is some sort of W out there is that you basically put somebody who is a drug addict, somebody who is addicted to the social media fame and game of it all, right back in front of their vices. We can already see that with Chud the Builder immediately running back to social media, not just to do some sort of celebratory stream and greet his fans, but going with these back and forth, hitting the streets of Tennessee, putting his suit on, calling out his name, dressed just like he was when he was offending all these people in the streets. And I've seen...
I ain't gonna lie, this suit is killing me, bro. Whoever tailored that suit for him need to be fired, bro. The arms are too skinny. They didn't make the arm sleeves a little looser. That suit is not tailored good. I know he's been in jail for like what, 3 months, 4 months, but damn, like y'all could have got the man a better suit. Y'all see the suit he wearing? This is a Thomas Jefferson suit. FDR suit. The suit is killing me, bro.
He'll take care of that part by himself. Chud the Builder will most likely end up back behind those bars and ultimately in a worse situation because he just can't help himself. He can't keep his hands out the cookie jar. Getting bond ultimately didn't prove that Chud the Builder wasn't cooked.
Yeah, Chud the Builder's cooked. Basically, that's just basically what's going on. Who's the bigger crash out, Chud the Builder or Pooh Shiesty? Chud the Builder or Pooh Shiesty? Who's the bigger crash out, Chud the Builder or Pooh Shiesty? I feel like Chud the Builder, he asked for this, but at the same time, Pooh Shiesty is so stupid. Pooh Shiesty had hundreds of millions of dollars coming to his revenue, being able to feed his family. Chud the Builder, he knew he was going to end up in prison eventually. So I think Chud the Builder is the bigger crash out than Pooh Shiesty. At least Pooh Shiesty crashed out about something, money, even though it was stupid, but Chud the Builder just crashing out just to be racist when that's so played out in 2026. Other than that, my name is Isaiah. This is the Isaiah Center Show. If you made it this far, man, thank you, bro. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I have to take my ass to sleep because I have to do something in the morning. So you guys have a good night. Other than that, I'm out.